I want to ask you a little bit about this spat between Canada and Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
So Canada says to Saudi Arabia, you should release these activists that you have detained.
Right.
And Saudi Arabia, I mean, it seems like an overreaction. I don't know. Saudi Arabia responds by suspending flights to Canada, freezing trade, expelling Canada's ambassador. Mm-hmm. Is this an overreaction? Is Saudi Arabia being particularly sensitive? I mean, countries criticize other countries all the time.
I think they're being sensitive for a very important reason, that Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman is trying to pull off a very delicate process in which he liberalizes some aspects of Saudi society, which is extremely conservative, but also retains virtually absolute power over that society, right? He wants to create an enlightened dictatorship in one of the most conservative and really in many ways pre-modern societies on Earth. So what he's doing is basically sending a message saying, we're not going to tolerate any outside criticism of our human rights record, right? And by hitting Canada, which is big enough to matter but small enough not to be a risk to Saudi,
right,
he sends a message elsewhere. I think it's also important to note that there's a bit of a Trump effect here, right? You know, the U.S. government has never been particularly committed to changing the human rights situation in Saudi Arabia. It's a key ally, it supplies lots of oil, regional ally, strategic ally. So the U.S. has never pushed particularly hard. But with Trump in office, Mohammed bin Salman knows he has a U.S. president who is particularly uninterested in questions of human rights,
right, cares
more about the fight with Iran, has given Mohammed bin Salman wide leeway to really do as he pleases. So the Saudis know they have cover. The U.S. Trump is certainly not going to intervene to defend, what did he call Trudeau? Very dishonest backstabber,
yes,
Justin Trudeau,
true,
or whatever it is. So there's that angle as well.